Hi Anti-Society, welcome back to the Anti-Social Planet, and today we are checking out episodes 15 and 16 of A Spy Family. Let me just say that this season started off so much darker than I thought it would. Like, I was expecting a lot more of the fun, comedic beats that we got in the first part of the series, which, don't get me wrong, there are a fair share of laughs in this part as well, but there's also just like a ton of darkness to it. Like, not only because we have like this terrorist group that we're currently dealing with, but also like Anya like straight up saw a vision of Lloyd being killed. Like, there's so many dark things in this part of the series already, and yet they're balancing it out with the comedy so well. Like, I really like the spy aspect of the show anyway, so I like that we're leaning into some of the more action stuff, but I also really like the kind of slice of life comedy. Like, I feel like I got used to it being more about like Anya getting into school and doing well and her interactions with her classmates, and now it's more focusing on Lloyd and this conflict between like East and West, you know, even like this group of university students that are getting involved in this. And we had some really impactful lines, I think, about war and what it actually means. You know, you have these radicals that are saying we want war, we want to create this conflict that is brewing there, and everyone knows that it's there, they just want to push it to the point where it's obvious. And they're talking about how they want war to be that moment of when everything shows its true colors. And then you have the like Handler and Lloyd, who have actually experienced war, and it's very different how they're reacting to it. And it really shows, like, puts a spotlight on the fact the reason that Lloyd works so hard and the reason that he is a spy and that he's doing everything that he's doing is because he wants to avoid that war that he knows, he's experienced. It's something that haunts him and motivates him to make the world better. So I like that we're getting some more of that action heavy, darker stuff as we've already settled into the world a little bit and the characters. So we left off with Lloyd and Keith about to have a face-off, with Lloyd getting rid of this last dog that is being used as a bomb, which is like just something that rips my heart apart, because how dare you? I love dogs so much. The idea of it makes me angry. We ended off with that. Yoda is still trying to find Anya, who has just successfully used ketchup to save the world, and we are so proud of her. There are a lot of things that are being built up. I think one of the things that is probably gonna happen at some point maybe in this part is that Anya's powers are going to be at least partly known by Lloyd and Yor, because we've seen her struggling a lot of like, how does she take the things that she's able to learn and do something about them if she can't tell her parents? Like, she knows, she's like, oh, if I just get my mom to come with me, she can protect these people, but she can't tell her mom that this is what's going on. Or she can't just like tell Lloyd, hey, I saw this vision, something from our dog, that this thing was gonna happen. It's becoming harder and harder for them to keep those secrets separate from each other. At some point, it's gonna have to come out in some way. I'm very excited to see where this part of the series is gonna go. It's really hit the ground running, and I'm just so excited. So let's get into episode 15 in 3, 2, 1, go. I also love all the jazz music in this. It just feels very spy film, which I love. Oh, her struggling because she can't tell the time. I just feel so bad for her. Interesting that there's like no sound, and then we got like the bark. Just an interesting choice for the little recap part. It's intense in a way that I was not expecting. She just wanted a dog, you know? Anya was just like, hey, I finally got a Stella. I would like a dog. Everything's gone topsy-turvy. I do really like the aesthetic of this opener though. As much as I liked the kind of Mission Impossible vibes, like the TV show, um, of the first opener, um, there's something about the like fall vibes of this opener that I just really like. But I also love fall and autumn, whatever you want to call it. I kind of hope that we get to see more of like your assassin in this part as well. Because I feel like we didn't really get to see it. We got to see it a bit when she was introduced. But other than that, it's not something that's been like, we haven't had like a story really around her except like with her brother. Ugh, I'm so happy he went for the bomber jacket, even though that would probably be like a lot harder to aim at because you'd be worried about the explosives. But I would also be, I don't want him to, I was like, please don't hurt the dog. It's not his fault. He's been pulled into this against his will. Oh, I think he's like apologetic though. We love Lloyd. We don't deserve him. You did mess up. You seem desperate though, and like really angry. Oh, good. I was worried that he would be injured from the bite. Oh, is Yon gonna interfere? Ooh. Is she gonna say, I'm just a housewife? I don't know what happened. I love how she's just like, oh, I'm just a housewife. Just like a minor inconvenience. She's like, yeah, I just like took out this person who was causing trouble, but now I gotta find my daughter. Yeah, what happens to the puppies? Oh, good, we all found each other again. I guess he doesn't know that that's one of the like experiments yet. Oh no, it's not your fault. It's a good thing to say. He was like, oh, so he does know, but he was like, we should have like a guard dog. Oh. She's bonded. There's no use arguing. She knows the right thing to say. She's like, I'll ruin the mission. I like how whether or not this mission succeeds is so pivotal, like, is so pivoted around Anya that she can just be like, I'm going to refuse to go to school until you agree to what I want. They better be. It's nice to see her in like kind of a caring role because I think it says a lot about like why her job she's so intense about her job. Oh, I love that parallel of like people who know the darker side of life and have so much they feel so much protection for the innocent and the peaceful. They're still so much of the episode left though. Oh, I like how they're all like proud of themselves. And then Lloyd's like, I got nothing left. Or Lloyd. He is so put out. Oh. Oh. Poor thing. Oh, I'm like tearing up a bit. Oh no. You can talk about how you got a new dog though. A new determination. I like that that's the plan. She's like, obviously, now that I have a dog, we have to be friends. I love how intense she is because she's on a mission. Oh no. She was like, test run. Is this a way to be invited? Maybe don't say it with that face. Oh no. Her plan. Don't you hate it when the script you made for a social interaction doesn't actually come to fruition? Olive branch? Oh, look at her little face. Oh no. Oh, so close. I don't know if you would be better off letting them name the dog. I can just imagine the kinds of things that Lloyd and Yod would come up with. And doggo. Oh no. Yeah, definitely don't let you train the dog. Probably not a good idea. That would be me at a dog park too. I would just lose my mind. Oh no. I mean, you have the spirit. She's doing field research. She's got this. It doesn't have to. It's so sad that like Lloyd though is he is bonding with his family and that's like part of the mission is to make it believable. But then also it means that he's gonna have to give them up and it's gonna mean more to him when he has to do that. Is that gonna be the name? Named after her favorite TV show? That's so cute. I love that he's named Bond with a bow tie. Hun. She's like, that would be helpful though. She can literally read her dog's mind. So she'll know when he's hungry, when he needs to go out, or if something's bothering him. Your origin. She will not be. Are they being adorable? Oh. They're so cute. That episode was far more what I was used to with part one. A little more slice of life, a little more getting used to having a dog. But also, like, there's this weight over the whole thing, right? Like, even though we're seeing Anya with her dog and how much she's enjoying it, there's still, the weight of like Lloyd's mission and what it means, and the fact that there's still stuff going on in the background. Especially since we've had before where they said like Keith couldn't have afforded to train the dogs and get them. So there must be like someone else pulling the strings or funding them or being involved. And it definitely feels like Keith isn't the big plan person. So there's a lot more that has to be going on. It's nice though. It just feels like a nice episode. It's like adorable Anya and her adorable dog bond. Are we getting a Yoda episode? I just said I wanted one. Yay! That was definitely like the feel-good vibes that I needed today, of just like wrapping up the end of the story. And I feel like it does fit really well with the overall tone of that episode. I know, hear me out, because I feel like that might seem weird because it was more of a lighthearted tone to it. But I think that having that reminder that there is this looming mission to the whole thing. Like, I think it's one thing to be like, oh, here's this fun mission. They have to pretend to be a family, hijinks ensue, and we can kind of write it off as this lighthearted plot point to bring these characters together. But it is important to remember that there is this delicate balance to these, East and West and the conflict there. And Lloyd being able to fulfill this mission is super important to him and to, peace as we know it. And even though Anya can take that very seriously with all she can muster with her, young age, it is important to remember that it isn't just, here's Anya taking dodgeball very seriously. It's also about the actual mission, and there's the actual consequences and things that can go very wrong in a split second. And it's very important that Lloyd stays on top of things. And we've seen through the last little bit that he's very worn out. There's a lot for him to handle. And I think that that's also a reason that what is going on with like Yor and Anya is going to have to be something that comes into the light, because Lloyd's not going to be able to do it by himself, and he shouldn't have to do it by himself. And he just doesn't know that there's this support system just waiting for him to be able to help him through all of this. Even like Anya kind of understanding, like, again, understanding as much as she can at her age that this is a mission and she needs to help with it. She doesn't fully comprehend it, and she's not capable of doing everything that is needed to help out. Like I said before, she doesn't know what to do when she knows things. She can find out things, and then she doesn't know what to do with that information because she's a child. So it's all of them having these shortcomings of their abilities. I mean, there's stuff with Yor too, where like she only has so much that she's capable of doing, and she doesn't understand what's going on yet. She's the only one in the family who isn't aware of the magnitude of what she's a part of. We're really coming to that point where something's gonna break in the current way that they're going about life. At this point, they're family, they care enough about each other that it's not going to be this detrimental thing that they're fearing. Like Yor's like, no one can find out that I'm an assassin because that is awful, and they won't care about me, and they'll be afraid of me, and they can't know that about me because I need to keep this family together. And Anya says, every time someone found out about my abilities, she was put it for adoption again, and had to go through the whole process, and people didn't want to be around her because of her abilities. And Lloyd wants to keep them safe and keep his mission safe, and that means secrecy and keeping them as much out of that conflict as he can. So there's all of these things mixing together of like their insecurities, but I think they've got to a point where it doesn't matter as much as they think it does. So we'll have to wait and see. I am super excited that it looks like the next episode is going to be more Yor centric, because I was just thinking it's been a minute since we got an episode focused on her story and what she goes through with her job. So I am so excited to get some more focus on that, and I'm sure it will be chaotic. She tries so hard, but I feel like chaos just kind of follows her around. So let's get into episode 16 in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, we've noticed some change in behavior. Mm-hmm. Oh. She looks tired. This is really intense music. Like a horror film or something. Uh-oh. Oh no. Intense start to this episode. I mean, at least Lloyd's putting together some of the pieces. He acknowledges that there are pieces to be put together. Trying really hard not to yawn right now. Not a critique on the current episode. Just the fact that I've been awake for too long. I love the shine that they put in her eyes in that one. There's something about the way that the light moves. I also kind of love that they use the red ribbon because it's like fate. What are we doing after work? That's a very intense expression. music is very like suspense horror movie vibes. Uh, Yor? Oh no. Oh, is that what we're saying now? She takes it so seriously, and like Lloyd was just trying to make an excuse. If he finds out, he's probably gonna be like, "That is not what I meant." I like how with like everyone else, Yuri is just like rainbows and sunshine, and then Lloyd, he's like, "You have chosen death." See the immediate shift of like Lloyd. He's also probably mad that she's learning to cook for Lloyd and didn't learn to cook for him. The audacity. Oh, be careful. Oh no. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh. Like how Yuri's just like, that's amazing. Not sunshine anymore, is it? He's like, you've been mean to my sister. You have also chosen death. Oh. Slightly twisted. Ooh, that seems like it might taste evil. Oh, I feel like he's probably gonna say it's good, regardless of what it actually tastes like. Oh. Oh. Yeah. He doesn't, but he will never ever say anything negative about his sister. Oh no. Like, how is that even possible? Oh, Yuri tries so hard. It's so good, I'm breaking into a sweat. Look, they're like, man, it's a miracle you grew up to be okay. Oh, we love a woman on a mission, determined, focused. Hey, that looks almost edible though. Might be a breakthrough moment. It isn't radiating an evil aura, so that's good. Not bad is good in comparison. She seems to know a lot about cooking. Like, it might be like a passion of hers. I mean, nobody's passed out. Aww. There is something really nostalgic about, like, perfecting a certain food, though, from when you were younger. She is, though, all things considered. Are we training? Well, good boy. Did she bring some home? She's gonna share? Oh, I'm so proud of her. Oh, she's got this, though. I'm worried that she's chopping stuff without looking at it though. I know she's probably better at this than I am, but I panic. I like it smells safe. Just give her all of the praise. She worked so hard. You did it. Oh, that was why the crying. They were happy tears. Ugh, my heart. I want them to be together forever. This seems more worrisome. I was like original dish. I'm like, oh, that seems like it might be. It might be more potent. Okay. Oh dear. I'm like, do not threaten him. Okay. Does she have a hobby? Favorite? Okay. Watching films? It does feel that way. It does feel a little bit like that, yes. Have you tried saying hello? I like that they specify that this is in a low voice, that he's not actually yelling in the middle of a coffee shop. I feel like Lloyd might not be the right person to ask for dating advice. Just saying. Though he does occasionally say just like extremely heartfelt things, and I'm like, where did that come from? Um, have you tried hi? I like how Lloyd is like, don't be rude to me. I like disguise in case it helps. I love the little like asides with the notes. Go Lloyd's like, I'm so done with this. Okay, so she knows his name. Oh, that doesn't seem like it went well. Good checking both ways before crossing the street. Oh no. She is not going to agree to go out on a date with you later. Even Anya's like, it's rough, buddy. Are we gonna have a heart to heart moment? Mm hmm. Coincidental, obviously. Just happened to walk into this bar. Why do I feel like we're not talking about your friend anymore, Lloyd? Mm hmm. Why do I feel like he's trying to distance himself from them? You know, where he's like, one, he's like trying to support his friend, you know, give some solace after what happened. But why do I feel like he's also like wanting to leave Anya and Yod together and not like have a family moment because he's more aware that he's gonna have to leave them and he doesn't want to do it. Also, there's this mysterious woman in this opening and the ending. Who is she? When are we gonna meet her? Just my curiosity getting in the way. I assume it will be soon. Mixture of feelings at the end of that one. I'm like so incredibly proud of Yod, but then also worried about Lloyd. Especially since like Yod obviously has like way more of a personal connection than she thinks she is. She's like, oh, I need to do this so that I can keep my job a secret and people won't suspect me as much. But it's become more than that for her. I just don't think she fully realizes it yet. Same with Lloyd. He just is always like, oh, it's just for the mission. But it's not just the mission anymore. We all know this. Yeah, mixed feelings at the end of that one, because I feel like the majority of it was kind of lighthearted. It was like Yor trying to learn how to cook, and I like getting a little bit more of like the backstory with her mother and like the cooking and bringing up that specific memory. Her connecting a little bit more to her own story. I feel like she's left that behind because it's really just her and her brother. And I don't think she really wants to delve into what happened with her parents, and we don't really fully know what happened. I think that it's just easier for her to like push that away. I was thinking that kind of through it, that I was like, they have a lot of, when I was watching the opener for that episode, I had the thought of like, they all have really dark backstories. There's so much darkness underneath all of the kind of light and comedy slice of life stuff to their stories. Like they all choose to be these more upbeat and positive people. Then I think that their backstories really, like, it would be justified if they were a little bit more messed up than they are. I liked getting even just like a little bit of what Yor's story is and who she is and how she put so much work into this. She was like, you know, obviously I made them sick and now I need to get better so that I can, you know, keep this relationship going, and I think it means a lot to her. We even had Camilla talking about like how something has changed. You know, Yor is so much more expressive now. She's more intense. She feels more, and that's because she has this group of people that mattered to her. It's not just her and her brother anymore. There are these two other people that mean a lot to her, and she wants to put in the effort to be the best that she can for them. And I think the same is with Lloyd. You know, he's getting more and more attached to them, and it isn't just the mission. And I think he's aware of that, but in like kind of taking the opposite approach where he acknowledges that he feels strongly for them, and now he's like, well, I'm gonna have to leave them, so it's better if I don't get more attached. I have to start to pull away. I think that that's what he's trying to do, and I don't know how to feel about that one. You know, I'm like, don't pull away, Lloyd. Like, even though I kind of understand where he's coming from, it still makes me sad because I want them to be a family forever. They're so sweet. They bring me so much joy in my heart that I'm like, please be a family forever and always. And I will fight anyone who tries to get in the way. I mean it. So I think that is something that's gonna be maybe part of the story leading forward with the rest of this part, is that they're going to be struggling a little bit with the idea that they are actually like a family now and they care about each other, and what does that mean, and being kind of hesitant to fully commit to that and not really know what to do with it as people who have never had that kind of support. You know, like Yor is probably the closest with her brother, but that's like it. Like the only person she's had is her brother, and everyone else has been kind of temporary in her life. Anya's never had someone who's stuck around for her to like really bond with them. Lloyd doesn't have anyone. He has work colleagues, but it's not quite the same. So I think that they're all gonna kind of struggle with what it means to actually open up to people. And you know, kind of goes to my thought before, where at some point I feel like we're going to have some kind of reveal about how they all have these secret lives, but that's going to be them growing to the point where they feel like they can open up about themselves and have that be accepted. So many things, you know, definitely more slice of life with these couple of episodes than the first couple, which, you know, I like a bit of both. I like all of the above. So it looks like we're going to be getting more into the story with Damien going forward with the next episode. So we might get more into like mission spy mode with those, but you can click this playlist to go see my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to them as next time I post a Spy Family reaction, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!